This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for February 2, 2023, child's father questioned after Hanover security guard found dead. The father of the child of a 23-year-old security guard who was found dead at her house in Hanover on Wednesday was questioned by the police on the same day. The body of Shonda Rule was found with chop wounds on the outside of her house, which is located on 40 Charlotte Drive in Lucy. The police are theorizing that Rule was attacked on the inside of the house before running outside. She reportedly received multiple chop wounds all over the body. As part of the police investigations, the father of the woman's child was contacted by the police. He turned himself in on Wednesday and was interviewed by the police. The father for the child was interviewed by the police. "We got the father," stated Superintendent Sharon Beeput, head of the Hanover Police Division, who did not provide further details. 10-year-old girl raped and killed in Lucy. The lifeless body of a 10-year-old student of Esher Primary who went missing after school earlier yesterday has been found in the Q area of Lucy, Hanover. It is believed that the child Nikita Noel, otherwise known as Jojo, of Q District was raped and strangled to death. According to police reports, the youngster's mother reported her missing, and a search party, which included law enforcement officers, found her body. The Lucy police are currently carrying out investigations into the killing. Portland students in police custody after alleged gang clashes at the school. At least 6 male students from Port Antonio High School in Portland were on Wednesday afternoon taken to the Port Antonio police station for their alleged involvement in a fight where machetes and knives were drawn. A senior teacher at the school who spoke on condition of anonymity told the news that at least 6 fights broke out in what is believed to be related incidents. According to the senior teacher, the police had to be called in to quell the situation, which threatened to escalate as what appeared to be gangs within the school engaged in physical clashes on Wednesday. In the meantime, the police have confirmed that they were forced to remove some male students from the institution who were involved in fights, and that weapons were also recovered from them. However, the police did not disclose how many students were taken out of the school environment or whether any of the students were seriously injured. There are reports that at least 2 students were stabbed during the clash between alleged rival gangs within the school. In the One Don gang trial, Chief Justice chides police for lack of supporting evidence. Chief Justice Brent Sykes has bemoaned the lack of supporting evidence from the police in the One Don gang trial, stating that the practice is poor and unacceptable. Justice Sykes, who was continuing his summation on Wednesday in the trial that spanned more than a year, lamented that there is no supporting evidence, including photographs and spent casings, on 2 of the counts which relate to the killing of a man called Outlaw in Top Lauriston, St. Catherine on November 2, 2017, and the killing of a man in the vicinity of Thermoplastics in the Twickenham Park area. Noting that he was not referring to shootings that occurred several decades ago, Justice Sykes questioned why supporting evidence was missing in the incidents that occurred just 4 years ago. The judge said the lack of supporting evidence creates a difficulty in pinning down the dates when the incidents occurred. He said the evidence would have assisted the court in determining the specific dates of the incidents and may very well have covered the period when some of the defendants claimed they were in custody. Finance Minister rejects SSL's claim it was not seeking to wind up firm. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark is insisting that the temporary manager of the Financial Services Commission is in receipt of a resolution filed with the Companies Office of Jamaica for a member's voluntary winding up of investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited. The board of SSL yesterday said there were no plans to wind up the operations of the company with the appointment of a trustee. The entity pointed out that the intention was for an independent business review to be conducted to determine the financial health of the company as at January 16. But Dr. Clark told the news that the document was stamped received by the company's office of Jamaica. He said the document was clear.
I don't know what people might say their intent is, but that document speaks for itself. And the temporary manager, the FSC, the government of Jamaica, had to act in light of that resolution that was filed with the company's office.
Darling killers well-trained in firearm use, says Bailey. The attackers who murdered the noted architect Huon Darling appear to have been well-trained or been exposed to some training in terms of firearms, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey has said. Bailey's theory on the 42-year-old's murder may have been based on the narrow radius of the bullet holes on the shattered windscreen of Darling's Nissan X-Trail motor vehicle in the Tuesday evening attack. Darling died behind the steering wheel at the intersection of Cargill and Skibo Avenues after he was shot repeatedly by men traveling on a motorcycle sometime after 6:30 p.m. His common-law partner, with whom he lived and shared 2 young children, told the news that she has been distraught since receiving the terrible news. He was like a person that was a lot of things, but first for him was his architectural company. He did a lot of buildings here in Kingston. There is 20 South, there is Parkhurst, there is so much, the woman who requested that her name not to be published said. She said that she was shocked by the incident, as Darling had not expressed to her any concerns relating to threats against his life. Based on what it looked like, it was evident that's what it was, she said, in reference to the contract-style murder. Citing concerns about her safety, the woman said that she had not yet fully come to grips with the prospect of raising her children without their father. She said that Darling was engaged in several projects. His business partner and the director of one of his companies, Damien Harris Singh, told the news that Darling was a good associate and a person. He tried to help a lot of people. It rough. It mash up a lot of us, whole heap of people, Harris Singh said. They operated a farm under the aegis of Linstead Organic Limited for a few years. Darling, according to Company's Office of Jamaica records, had directorships in at least 2 other businesses. Darling Incorporated Limited and his brainchild, Virtuoso Concepts. The social media page of Virtuoso Architect Limited highlights some of the company's projects, including Hazeltine, Medina 21, Surreal at the Sugar Mill, Norbrook Wazzer, Sopon's Fantana Pharmacy, and the Birds Auto Parts. The company also designed the building, owned by retired track and field star Usain Bolt, located along Halfway Tree Road. In designing a structure that represents one of the greatest, we had to go big, read a post under the image of the building, bearing the world-famous signature pose of the fastest man on Earth. The Caribbean School of Architect at the University of Technology on Wednesday posted a picture of Darling and others on its Facebook page with the caption, "CASA staff and alumni will miss you dearly." The Halfway Tree Criminal Investigations Branch is probing the killing. In Tuesday's attack, the pillion rider allegedly opened gunfire, hitting Darling, resulting in the vehicle crashing into a wall. The pillion rider reportedly fired again at the vehicle, hitting Darling several times. He was pronounced dead at hospital. A passerby who was traveling along Cargill Avenue from work informed the news that he heard explosions, but initially thought it to be noise from a motorcycle muffler. But soon after, when he heard another round of explosions, he realized that they were gunshots. "Me think him lose control cause me see when the vehicle move off the road. So me I wonder if him frightened too," he added. "When me go up there and look at the windscreen, you know it's 8 or 9 bullet hole in it." Deputy Commissioner Fitz Bailey, who is in charge of the crime portfolio, told the news that the police have not yet determined the motive. "We are looking at least one theory, but I am not going to speak on that as yet. We have not yet conclusively determined the motive for his killing," Bailey said Wednesday. The senior cop said that he was unaware of any threats against the architect's life. "What is competitive about architectural work? We have a lot of architects in Jamaica, so I don't know what would have caused the known threats. If developers went into bad deals, then just like any other people who engage in transactions with unscrupulous people, then," he said. The St. Andrew Central Police Division, where the killing took place, recorded 1 murder up to January 29. That represented an 87.5% decline in murders in the division. The police reported a 37% dip in murders nationally. 91 people were murdered in January. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.